Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you, and the headline of the news reads, "Finally, Deltans have taken the bulls by the horn as they do this to the Fulanis on the street." Alright, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we would like to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Alright, let's look at the news in detail. Following in-season killing in Delta State by headsmen who reportedly killed more than 14 persons in Ughelli, Deltans have teamed to return street beggars from not back to where they came from, after some Ughelli communities exhumed 6 corpses of farmers killed by headsmen and buried in shallow graves in their farm. Many persons who were provoked headsmen have been expelled from many communities as they keep driving them away. They also took their sweep at beggars, mostly from the north, who engage in begging for alms. They put them in trailers that brought onion, sugarcane, and cows, and escorted the trailer as far as Auchi in Edo State to ensure that the beggars will not drop halfway. Ughelli community have been boiling, especially Uweru, Awong, and others. Since the issue of headsmen ravaged many of the communities, Deltan have been provoked beyond words. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa have gone there to plead with the communities to allow peace to reign. Furthermore, the governor also asked them to allow security agencies to carry out proper investigation and prosecute those involved. Some headsmen and soldiers who perpetrated the acts have been arrested, though the commissioner of police initially denied that the headsmen killed farmers. He only believed after the corpses were exhumed. Alright, there have been a lot of reactions by Nigerians, a lot of reactions by Nigerians. I'm going to be reading some of those reactions before we go into the analysis proper. And this one said, "This is which investigation are they investigating? Kill them and they are evil as shit. Can you as a southerner raid a village in the north and they allow your case to be handled by the police? Not possible." This one said, "Job well done. God bless you, Deltan. Keep it up." Another one said, "Excellent move. I'm just too happy about the action being taken by the Deltan. Send them all to the zoo." And another one here says, "The Muslim police officers are planted every way to cover up the heinous activities of these headsmen." Another one here says, "When has Deltan turned like this? They say Delta know they carry last. I hope they will not carry last this time. You don't need Susaya to tell you that there is an organized agenda which the headsmen are executing. Delta, wake up. Don't be a weeping child." Another one say, "Look at it. AK-47 is seen with headsmen to kill anyone that disturbs him from destroying their farmland. Are you telling me the government is not a supporter of this? No way. This is only forbidden to the oppressed. Why? They should be prosecuted for carrying illegal arms and ammunition." And another one here says, "Hope those useless Igbo." Okay, this one is different. This one said, "When Onitsha people pursue them and Delta received them with both hands and even gave them hectares of land because of business. Now this is the result of it. This is just the beginning of what to come. More is coming except you take the bulls by the horns." Alright, so many reactions by Nigerians. I won't be able to read all of them, but let's just look at the issue critically. It's quite frustrating to see that nothing, these guys, despite visible proof that they are causing mayhem, they are killing a lot of Nigerians, the federal government is yet to proscribe them as a terrorist group. Now, someone was drawing up an analysis between the Boko Haram and the Fulani headsmen, and conclusion was that despite the fact that the Boko Haram has been on ground far back 2001 or so when democracy started in Nigeria, but the number of persons that they have killed compared to that of Fulani headsmen is relatively low. That's for Boko Haram. In other words, that Fulani headsmen have killed more people in Nigeria than Boko Haram have done. And I think that is a visible reason why they should be proscribed. Unfortunately, they are not proscribing them. And I think this is the right time that everyone must wake up to defend his territory. Theophilus, retired General Theophilus Danjuma, had already told Nigerians openly that it is time for us to defend ourselves, because the Fulani headsmen have an agenda, and one of the agenda is for them to go around destroying farmland and killing and grabbing land as much as possible so that they can turn Nigeria to become a caliphate under the Fulanis. And that if we don't wake up now, tomorrow may be too late. Already we are seeing it happening. Don't forget that the issue of headsmen all started in the northeast. They're like wherever Boko Haram stopped, that was where they continue. And just like that, before we know, they are now moving into the southeast. Before we know, they were in southwest. So southwest has been struggling with them for quite a while, until there was a resolution by some of them to even create laws, regulations laws that regulate their activities. For example, if you look at a place like Oyo State, they have not been attacked of a headsman. I can't remember the last time. Even for the Middle Belt, before now, the case of Benue was really, really global. Everyone heard about the massacring of, thief people and Idoma people in Benue. But merely this guy woke up to his responsibility of protecting life and property of the people of Benue and setting up laws that can stop these guys. For a while now, we've not had so much killing in Benue. So now it's the turn of the southeast. Southeast tolerated them for a while, because I could still remember in Enugu when they were killing people, and it seems the Enugu guys were running away. But right now it's a different ball game, because in Anambra State, the youths are ready to push them out as far as they can. Right now, they do not even have a place in the south. Biafrans are so strong, and they are refusing to give in to all their antics. They are frustrating every attack that they are trying to tactics they are trying to employ to stay in the southeast. So by the time they move them from the southeast, unfortunately, the Deltans just open their arms and say, okay, let's have these guys for keeps. But right now, they are causing a lot of rancor. And imagine when it happened that they had to exhume the bodies to prove that truly they had killed reasonable number of farmers. It wasn't interesting. Now look at what is happening. I think that it is high time for the federal government to proscribe these guys. Already we know that there is a lot of things going on currently, but we believe that if truly it's the responsibility of the federal government to protect life, and we see a particular set of people who are frustrating and making Nigeria be in global spotlight for evil, I think they should do something about it. They should stop these guys with all that we've got. Now, look at someone like Lai Mohammed. For once, he has never spoken about the mayhem that Fulani headsmen have been causing in Nigeria. For once, instead, he will be talking about social media bullshit. And I'll just be looking at the man, how unreasonable his words are. How can you be talking about social media when already we know the people who are causing issues in the country? If Nigerians have been keeping quiet by now, they would have been running their mouth that everything is going well in the country. But with social media, they just can't do that. And that's why they are feeling very bad concerning the social media. Instead of them calling terrorists, they are busy running after social media to stop people from talking. But it won't just work. Nigerians have made up their mind that we must shout and we must do everything within our power. What propelled the Southwest to go ahead with forming a regional security outfit? It's because the country is failing in the area of security. And I think also that the South and even the Southeast, they should expedite action in the area of forming at least a vigilante, a regional vigilante that will be in charge of everything that is going on. People who will be there to defend them in event of anything happening. Don't forget that the federal government are the ones regulating the police and the army. And there's sometimes that you see things that are overly going bad in your area, and it seems that the police are closing their eyes. You wake your vigilante or maybe a security outfit and tell them to do what they're supposed to do. So with the step taken, a lot of people are saying thumbs up to the Deltans. So with the step taken by them, I feel that after a while, the South and the Southeast will be quite an uncomfortable home for the Fulani headsmen. And I believe also that through this, all of this insecurity will be curbed. Well, we'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let us interact. What's your position about what is happening? The step taken by the Deltans to quell